Hey love bugs, it's Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, as always, thank you for the love and support. And with that being said, namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you've been watching my videos for a while, please, give a thumbs up, share, drop a comment on the video and what you get out of it. It'll be truly appreciated. And if you're needing prayers to get to, you may be going through trying times right now, life is just really not agreeing with you right now. So I send so much love, upliftment, and comfort. Whatever you're truly needing, I'm sending archangels and your spirit guides and everybody to go ahead and double up on you, because you truly need it and you truly deserve it. Anybody coming up with any kind of ungodly vibes that's coming on this channel, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Return to sender. Just ain't got time for it, but I'm gonna send you love and blessings that's needed. This video is going to be called Twin Flame 101 Heyokas. The part you play on changing the world is so much deeper than you realize. The devil is working overtime to keep you hidden. We be going through different things, and it depends how we choose to look at things. And a lot of times when you go through trauma, any kind of form of trauma, it just makes you look at life differently, look at people differently, even within yourself. Sometimes it can take a negative approach when you're going through stuff you really don't understand. We don't understand God's understandings when we going through these trenches of trials and tribulations. You on a war with you being the better self of you. We get stuck in these comfort zones. It's easy for us to complain. It's easy for us to be selfish in our vibe of pride and ego and all those little things. It's easy for you to be pessimistic. It's like my life has always been like this. And sometimes we can walk around. I've been like that. Eeyore. Oh, don't worry about me. I'll be okay. I'll be sitting here. Be one of those different things. Or it's just at that point where somebody really get you in that the situation. They want that smoke. You like showtime. You sound like daggone Beetlejuice. All those different things. But it's like you're playing a part of your life that you have yet to discover. And it was just like, I thought I was going to be finished. Anybody know me? I used to do like 12, 13 videos a day. It's just like now, it's just when I have something really meaningful to say, or I get a download and it's like, hey, you need to talk about this, you're going through this, and other people going through it too, and this is going to reach that person right exact time they need to hear it. If this is the sign you're looking for, it's the sign. You are being labeled the black sheep, the underdog, protagonist, whatever, all those different things. You're the general curse breaker. It'll be different things that it was so comfortable with going down the family line until it got to you. It's like, I didn't ask for this. Yes, you did. I was like, if I can go back a million times, wherever day one started at, I'm like, don't you sign. Do not do it. Go past jail, just 200, Alex, whatever. You're playing Monopoly with yourself. But at the end, because even different people were even saying it as well as I, it's like a blessing and a curse being who you are. And it was just like years, I don't know how long it's been since I've been doing Heyoka videos, because it's pretty much all I do. I can probably count on one hand in the last 3 years that I've been talking to something that had Heyoka attached to it. They're always like, you need to make this video, you need to make this videos, because there's a lot of people that don't know that they are Heyokas. And it's just the fact of how it's going about. We have, our guardians, the ones that grew up with this. They're on the reservation. They're doing different things with the different tribes and stuff like that. So they were trained, following whatever was taking place, on the tribes and stuff like that. But when it comes to the ones that were hidden for a long time, these are not the ones that maintain the exact verbatim of characteristics of a Heyoka. You were that one they had to mix up. You were the remix. Like, ooh, ooh, ooh. You wanted a remix. You're on the remix. And these are the different things. We had to keep you hidden for a while. We had you hidden in plain sight. It'll be like the devil. Devil know, oh, if God loved them, why are they standing out here like that? You know, be something that they will, you know, oh, that one ain't like that because that one's just sitting out here just passing by. You were that one that was hidden in plain sight. But for you to really be able to know this, you know, I had different people like Roslynn, I'm from Ethiopia, or I'm from Romania, I can't be this, and it's just like, whatever the Mayans and the Incas and stuff were doing, it was going to be a certain period where it was going to really be wreaking havoc on the world. We see that. Everything is high. The next thing you know, they're going to start charging you for breathing. And you just holding your breath and stuff like that. You know, it'll be those different things, but we're seeing all the stuff that goes on in the world. And the more you heal, the more it becomes intolerable. Anything that was something that you were okay marinating in, no matter how stinky it was, you were okay marinating in some kind of toxicity. I want to talk about in smells because, you know, hey, to each his own. But you know, you were sitting in different things where we became best friends with our trauma. We have became best friends with our toxic attachments, the love bombing, the codependency. Maybe we had narcissistic traits. I have narcissistic traits. I don't claim being a narcissist, but I had narcissistic traits, and I had to learn today. You know, many days of like, oh my gosh, this is narcissistic. Am I a sociopath, psychopath? These are different things that you tend to find out about yourself. You know, I didn't know what a narcissist was until I started doing my videos. I used to hear the word all the time, but I never was like, oh, okay, what it is. But then it's like when I started looking this up, it was like my heart just went on pause. Like, these are the different things that I've been exposed to, and now I'm doing this too. But then you're finding out. I look at the different things that I see my family had went through. Well, the examples. Some of them are family, some of them just examples that they have went through. You know, through their years of conditioning, doing towards CA. If y'all know what I'm talking about, you know, you gotta be very selective about the words you use on YouTube by company guidelines. But you know, you went through some kind of abandonment, some kind of trauma growing up in the world. And it was like you had to go through the worst of the worst, whether it was a loved one or you lost a child passed away, or a family member you were really close to passed away, or you were going through hopelessness to homelessness. These are the different things that you're going through. You had to go through those days of really being raked across the coals. You're going through this. It's like, no matter how good I am, I'm always going through this bad stuff. Like, where is God at when all these bad things are happening? And he'll just straightly say to you, you know, I don't know, straightly say, I don't know if that's a word, but, you know, he'll be right there. I've been right here through every single thing that you're going through. You be looking like, dang, you want to throw me a bone? You made me go through this? I'm building you. Do you realize if you understood the love language, the power language, the ultimate language of truth within you, if you knew who you were and you found out who you were, you know how dangerous you are? And then I'm not talking about in that way, but it's just you not allowing yourself to be fooled because of somebody else don't believe in you. You know, people want you to listen to the things where people done gave up on their dreams, or did some sneaky link type stuff to get to where they had to go, or they're not exactly where they need to be, so they throw doubt on you. You know, you dreaming too big. No dream ain't ever too big. If God put it in your mind, it's gonna happen. You don't know how the heck it's gonna happen, when it's gonna happen, but he was putting you in that that foundation, like you're being guided towards these different things, but you had to go through the worst of the worst. You had to be mocked, you had to be hated, you had to be, you know, it was always some kind of negative impact on you when you were that person to stand out and people wanted you to be follow the leader type stuff. Like you know, you may have done that when you were a kid, but more and more you owned up you're your own person. If this is something that's going to take me to where I need to be, oh yeah, I'm going to go about that. If this is something that goes past, you know, anything that's negative that's taking place in my life, that where if it is negative, it's showing me how I can get to that next step of recovery for overcoming this painful situation. That takes power. That takes a lot of strength to do. And for you being that person that you don't care what people say. You know, I've told people before, you know, I used to dance, used to be addicted to opiates, you know, smoking weed, cigarettes, you know, all those different things I used to be on. And it was just like, you know, I always was told, why are you telling people about these different things in your life? Aren't you worried about what people will say? What if you become famous one day? you ain't gonna profit off of this, my mess, my mistakes, my F-ups, those are different things. But I will allow people to know there'll be people out here judging you. You finally being brave enough. You that one that you trigger people because you're brave enough to not care. I give it about what the next person thinks of you. There ain't nobody on this earth is perfect. Nobody can judge you but God. You are not your past. You're the person that overcome it. There'll be people who remind you of those things. It's like, oh, I see you still stuck in that vibe. I don't even do that no more. I don't even act like that no more. I don't even, articulate myself in that type of vibration. But if that's where you need to be, then you can go ahead and be with my past and my past. I don't deal with that person anymore. I'm not that type of person like I used to. But I don't want to feel shame, even though there's different things in my life that took place that I'm not proud of. I've told people different things where, I was exposed to a lot of narcissistic different things. My parents used to get into it all the time, and going through abuse with my mom's husband, going through different things like that with his family. All those different things that I learned on, but that was my truth. These are the different things where I went through that, recovered, allowing myself to still keep forgiving the unforgivable every single day. That's not for them. That's for me. And when you start discovering how strong you are, there's a lot of people that are going to question you and make you feel like you're weak, make you feel like it's hard to love you. You go through different things where it may feel like everybody done turn their back on me. I'm hated just for being me, just for me saying no, just for me putting up boundaries, just to let you know you're not going to disrespect me. I became the worst person. People will allow that doubt to, it will seep in and stuff like that when you're going through different things. But then you have to change the perspective that I appreciate my downfall. I appreciate the setbacks, delays, something I thought I really wanted, turning out that's not what, I'm thinking too small. Or I know when I settle, different things, or I allow different things to get in the way of what I was working on. Losing focus on what was truly important, or staying, fixated on, what people kept doing this way, or what they were saying, and, different things where people were looking at me crazy and stuff like that, or giving me just the ick look like I really did some messed up stuff. And that's what the devil do. He want people to not believe in you, okay? There'll be different things where people are like, oh, Roz on a false prophet or anything like that. There'll be different times that I've talked to people and I brought information to their life that I had no way of knowing. They came to me. I ain't come to them. Or different things I've said in my videos that was very, I forgot what they call it. It came in fruition. It's like some kind of phenomenon, whatever it is. I said, don't be surprised if such and such and such happened. And I could have said that like 2 years ago. It was like prime example, my video, it was called Ringing of the Ears, and it was very popular on my channel. And it was me just talking out the side of my neck on different things, was just, coming down. Don't be surprised if, there's gonna be a pandemic, and next thing you know, it's just like gonna be wiping out people left and right. It's gonna start a panic. Next thing you know, mind you, when I said that, it was in 2017. Next thing you know, it happened in 2019. Or different things people are going to find out about, certain people that are missing, or different things about to take place. This is how it's going to unfold. Those are the different things that God made sure I was on video when it happened. And all you got to do is just look at the timestamp and be like, Dad, this is before this ever happened. And there's a lot of things that that I had to know about, these different gifts that I had. Because me growing up and being able to see, dead people or talk to dead people, you're like, what you see, dead people? Oh my God, what do you see? Narcissists. Be one of those different things that, I was going through that, I was taught that's a mental illness. But then it was another family member that thought, that is a beautiful gift. You can really do something with people for that, and just for me being able to be comfortable in my own skin and not caring about how people think I'm crazy or anything like that, or it makes somebody, there's being a skeptical, and next thing you know, me and them connect in that way, where a loved one wants me to tell them something, they become a true believer on different things that happen in your life, You don't know how much beautiful things, if you've been hurt and abused, misused, and, counted out for everything, you are always the underdog. You can never do anything good without somebody always trying to create, it will always overshadow something negative. You can do something very beautiful and it will throw something negative just so they don't want to pay attention to the good things that you do. And you go through all these things and you don't realize what big part you play. It runs very deep with you. And it's just like you'll be at that point where it'll be like Lion King when, Rafiki was talking to Simba. Simba was like, oh yeah, I know who you are. You don't even know who you are. He's like, so I guess you're going to tell me. Come on, Rafiki will show you the way. It'll be one of those different things where he is really showing you are so much more than what you can see. Because what is inside of you, that is the most powerful thing. They want to keep that hidden for doubt. Covered up with fear. Not believing in yourself, not loving yourself, not taking care of yourself the way you should be. Not thinking highly of yourself, giving yourself that self-love. Some people are like, oh, Roz, I've heard people say that's narcissistic when you can look at yourself and say, I love you. No, the hell that's not. They ain't got nothing negative to say. You have to be able to love you. If you stand in that vibration, when you love yourself, because there'll be different times where it can be so painful of being connected to somebody that truly don't see your worth, don't appreciate none of the kindness that you do. And still, when you see that, and even when you just forget, not forget, but forgive, and you put that aside, and you may help somebody out a little bit because you were guided to do that. And God was going to see, I forgive you for all your sins just like I forgive them. Everybody going to learn their lesson through the choices they make. It leads to beautiful consequences, and it can lead to hellified consequences. But, this is at that point where you're allowing yourself to willing to learn yourself. He will bring you people in your life where, we can tell about everybody's issues except our own. Okay, we are all kind of daggone advice. I would do this, that. And I had to check my verbiage when I did that. Could be different things that I see, on these different videos I watch. I'm like, girl, shut your mouth. Don't do that. You've been in that situation. Just allow yourself to say, you know what? I know where she in that headspace. So I see him in that headspace, so I understand that. I'm so glad I'm not like that no more. I try to allow myself to don't be judgmental, because you don't always know the backstory on how a reason why a person acts that way, or a reason why somebody moves that way, or they keep themselves closed off. And it's just you going through so many different things, and it's like the more you do good, the more hell raising taking place into your life. Some people are guided towards your life to make you question your whole existence. You ain't loved, you ain't nobody, you ain't important, nobody ain't gonna believe you, you're gonna fail, you're fake, and they want to be able to show you're fake. I'm gonna prove to them you're lying. Anything you're doing is not true. This is what the devil is sending these people to do. These are exactly what the devil is sending these people to do. And it'll be to a point in your life where that was the biggest blessing that you can have. Where, a lot of time people got to be, it'll be a different thing where they got to get a group to convince you of what you are not. Anytime, and you have to be, even if it goes on in your head about what people say you aren't, or they always put a negative, low vibrational label on you. It's just like with you being able to go through these different things, it shows you so much of how you need to raise your bar. Or when you allow yourself no contact, you're just very silent, you're moving in silence. That gets very disruptive because people don't know where to attack when you are not announcing, oh, this is happy, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening for me. Oh my gosh, I worked hard and boom, this is going to take place for me. Your part plays so much deeper than you realize, and the devil is on you like white on rice, like flies on ish. Okay, just for you to be able, we cannot allow them to reach that pinnacle of knowing where their truth really lies. We are trying to do everything we possibly can to make sure whatever truth that they're about to place on this world is going to shock the ish out of them, this can't come out. We like the destructions. We like the wars. We like people doing unjustly things to other people that had nothing to do with the issues that they're on, the decisions they made. This is how the devil wants the world to be. But when you are that person, you still show love even when all you had a lot. You probably had about a handful of memories that were good. You know, and lucky, some people ain't even lucky to find that. Doom in the womb, like you were hated on as soon as you came out. You weren't even dried up yet, you know, before they started throwing hate on you. Because they knew when they brought you, you know, you brought yourself down to this 3D level and stuff like that, you had to learn yourself all over again. It was like a factory reset. Because when we were over there in the spirit world, we had about 11 daggone gifts and stuff like that, power that you can't even imagine. But when we're in human form and we're in this vessel of cell, you can't take all that with you at the same time. It ain't possible. You know, that's some supernatural stuff that you cannot have here. We start getting awakened for those gifts that we have through people saying you got a mental illness. You know, you're on the spectrum. You know, I feel like anybody who is, autistic is God's blessing. That's where he holds his secrets at, with people that have downs. You know, cause I'll be looking to them, I'm like, I can't even remember what I had to say 5 minutes ago. And these folks can sit up here and play in a movie and remember everything from point A to point B until the end credits come up. That's something beautiful. Because they're looked at like they're slow, they're this. No, they're very highly advanced. But it's at that point that sometimes people frown upon that, and which is not good. It's like, see, the devil trying to mess around with my throat chakra, and it ain't about to happen. But you're going through all these different things to recognize the authenticity of yourself. Being in truth. Because there's a lot of people out in this world that's more comfortable in the mask. They want to be praised. They want to be idolized. They want them to be able to see this is a certain lifestyle that's there 24/7. There's a lot of times on social media, and I'm not saying on everything that's on social media is a lie, but people will praise things and you don't even see. You just seeing what they want to post. You want to see what they want to post, and maybe that's their thing. That's their purpose, or that's their facade or whatever. You know, that's how they want you to see how they're living. I can't think of the word I'm trying to think about, but it's their persona that they want to have. You know, this is what sells. This is what's doing this. But it's at that point in life now people are starting to be whistleblowers. You a whistleblower? Oh no, they gotta shut up. You talking too much truth. That can't keep going on, you know. And you're going through these different things, but you had to be able to go through the trials and tribulations. You had to have the setbacks. You had to have, you know, high deception into your life, some form of abuse that went on in your life. And then it can be that thing where you can turn around and you see how you didn't give up on yourself. You're going to say, I'm worthy of love. There are some people out there that can match my energy or be above that to help me get to that pinnacle I'm trying to reach. All these different things are closing a chapter for me to be very unique in my life. I'm very rare. You're a rare form of something, because it's like people can meet you and really see the deep in you. That's a privilege. You know, and that's a privilege for anybody. And it's like, if anybody says they're selfish or narcissistic or condescending or being arrogant, no. When you know you move in your pure form on being truthful, you know, and keeping it real. Hold on, y'all. Cat's making a noise. Hold on, sorry about that, y'all. I forgot I got cats up under my house. But yeah, you're going through all these different things into your life, and it had to come like from the darkest place into your life for you to be able to understand you are the light that guides you. It's like you weren't looking for the light in the end of the tunnel. You're going to find in the most beautiful way, you are that light. You are that light that people are going to come to, especially, you probably heard this before, when you have that type of vibration, it's very intense, and you attract a lot of people. Like, there's people that want to tell you their issues, their problems. They don't know you from Adam. And it will be just at that point, like, dang, these people don't know me. And I mean, I have it here. And you don't know. You may be a seer. You may be a healer. You know, all these beautiful things is going to make a mark in life. Like, you're creating history. You know, we are. When you can be brave enough to stand against something that is unjust and speak out, not worried about, am I going to have anybody who's going to support me on that? I support me. That's enough. And when you can allow that, I mean, even your higher self is at this point in life where you know you're doing the best, God's doing the rest. There'll be days you get tired. He know that. Be days you get frustrated, knowing you are doing all you can to keep it real. You know, hold your tongue when there's so much you can be enraged about. You know, checking folks they want to, do anything to dismantle you from what you're trying to focus on. All these different things is taking place into your life, and it molds you into something where when you get to that point of knowing your authentic self, you are very dangerous, because you don't allow the projections of deceptions that other people want to place, on what you're doing or what they think you're doing. People will start talking about you when they lose the opportunity to keep talking to you. Or you come to that point where you're actually moving through the world and people did not expect you to be where you are right now, or expected you to fail and fall flat on your face by now, and you're shocking them. And they'll get to that point where you see them as a blessing. You see them as so many things that they help you realize. Anybody who played on your fears, you're healed from those fears. They're no longer your fears anymore, because you had to go through that many times just to see, is this going to carry emotion for you, or are you going to allow yourself to think about that certain trigger all day? Or you're going to allow yourself to be so focused and so woke, saying, okay, I see the shade, or, oh, I see the deception, or the illusions. You want me to be in the matrix? No. But I'm being mindful enough to mind my business and move accordingly. You're like, oh, okay, mental note, you see that? Yep, I see it too. All right, what you gonna do? Not a daggone thing. Stay focused on what's important to me. And there'll be those different times. It's always trying to steer you away from knowing the truth about you. You see what's going on in the world. You start telling the truth, all of a sudden you start coming missing. Or, oh my gosh, you had a heart attack, or this person just passed away from undisclosed, causes. All these different things that's coming off in life where things are really starting to get exposed in the world. Like I said, this is karma year. So whatever you're putting out is what you get back. This world is deserving of you. You're being open, even when it's scary to be that way. Your ancestors and the people that truly believe in you to say you're okay. We're going to go through our ups and downs. You can't have a good win without a big loss. It'll be at that point, are you going to give up on yourself because of that loss? Because that will be where God's test is. Let me see if you're going to do the right thing for you. I'm going to see if you really learned. You telling me I learned this, I learned that, it's time for me to go to the next level. He going to put you through the most craziest jump just to see, I already got faith in you. I wanting you to have the same faith I have in you for you to have in you. I can see your potential. So does the devil. You know how much havoc you can wreak if you go over there and raise hell? Just the same amount. Just how the powerful things you're going to do that open up a lot of people's lives or eyes in a certain way. Say, dag, they went through that. They had to face what? They had to overcome what? They had to sever this. There ain't no way I could have, because there'll be a lot of times where we see stuff in the world and you're like, I can't imagine. I hate it when people say that. Don't imagine anything. If you see something dreadful that you see on TV or you see it on social media, something like, you're reading the story and you say, I can only imagine. Don't ever put yourself in a situation that you're blessed when you don't understand something like that. You have to be. You are very blessed because you never want to be able to go through a predicament that you never want to have to breathe that kind of pain that person is going through right now. You just say, let me pray for that person because I don't even know where their mind and their mindset at, their heart at, how they all, no, let me just pray. Because there's so many different situations in this world that we go through, and a lot of times it ends up being on something that's very traumatic. You had to have something that took place into your life that was very traumatic, and you had to go through the trenches. You had to be able to be that Debbie Downer within yourself, seeing everything that was going against you was going against you. You had to be able to go through that, and it got to that point. You either going to allow yourself to let this situation eat you up and make you minute or make you docile or make you non-existing, or you're going to use this exact tool and say this will never happen again. Let me educate people on what I went through, what I had to see, what I dared not to even want to see, the truth I had to be able to be okay about and be able to stand in my truth without anybody trying to justify what went on against me. You just don't know exactly how deep the part that you're about to play in this world to change it for the better. Devil don't want you to see that truth in you, but it'll be the exact thing that people fear is going to, they're helping you out. is really helping you out. Anytime there's something going on in the world and they fear that truth is coming out, and that's what you stay focused on, that's what you manifest. It's all it is. I want to be the truth in me. I want people to know what I went through, but also the tools I had to use to overcome what I went through. You have to go through those different trials and tribulations because you're showing somebody, you're a student, you're going through all these levels. And the more levels you get to, the harder, how to say, more money, more problems, different levels, different devils. You're going to deal with different obstacles. And the mess going to get harder and harder. But it's just like, are you going to let this defeat you? Or are you going to let this beat you? Or are you going to be a sore loser and say, I'm going to give it all I got? Even if I may have to take a break for a minute, take a back seat. Just for a break. I'm like, you want to lay down, not taking back seat to your life, you ain't going to do that. You ain't going to allow somebody to tell you how your life could be. You are that decision on how your life can be. Now, there are certain things that can't be helped. I understand that. Like Roz, you don't know. I know people got homeless. They're going through a lot of different things in their life where they got illnesses they don't have cures to. Something, and you're going through that. And if you're able to make it through, that means you got a story to tell. You got an experience that's going to cause a ripple effect through the world. That's the reason why life is so hard for you. That's the reason why family want to say everything that ain't good about you, or even to you. They want you to feel like they want to convince you so hard that this is always going to be your life, because they fear. Some people will not support you because they fear what you may become. Because they see if you got that mindset. That mindset is like when all I do is win, 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 win. I'm going to take these losses, but I'm going to turn this loss into something else. Or if I had to take this pause for a minute and redirect myself and be able to change the way I'm looking at the things that I'm going through, is like, pay attention. Look at the signs that's all around you. It's like universe, speaks to you in many ways. And you had to be able to go through that. And it's just like I'm telling you, when you find out truly you, when you can see only person that stop you is you. Nobody got no power over what, can't control your emotions. You're doing all these different things. There'll be a lot of times where you want to speak truth, but those certain times like, oh, wait a minute, just press pause. It'll be okay. But just wait. Be those different things you're going through. And when you finally get into that situation where you love yourself ultimately, love yourself ultimately, where you are showing yourself, this is the love I want. This is the love I want to attract. We had to go through different things where people just treated us any kind of way. A lot of times it started with the parents. You had to go through that, and you had to go through all these different things that took place into your life where you are applying love towards yourself. You deserve that. And it's sad, I've been in, when I was growing up, when it came, not from my mom, but others, showing me so much like I'm the worst thing to love. You can't love a person like you. You don't deserve that. If you're crying because somebody passed away, get over it. You ain't the one who supposed to grieve. You ain't the one that's supposed to be happy. I was programmed to feel that way about my life. And then when it started showing the truth of the matter, I was always outspoken. My mom told me I ain't got no filter, no cool. And sometimes that could be a bad, disrespectful thing. I was. So, but it'll be at this time where I allow myself to be me. I always tell people, you really went through something. You really went through something. You don't realize, even with that most tragic situation that has in your life, you could be an ambassador. You could be a spokesman. You be the mascot of what, hey, I went through this. This is what I went through. This is what I overcome. These are the different things I had to face. These are the different things I had to see. I had to do this. I had to do that. But one thing I did not do is what my enemies and devil wanted me to do, is give up. God likes a stubborn heart. That's why he initiated you. If it be people like, why couldn't that be me? If it was a part of your journey to do this, God would have assigned you to that. And like I said on my other video, there's a lot of times you may be in a vibration where you are very seen, you are very heard. You may be a podcaster, or you may be in movies, or you can be somebody who's on the news, or an influencer, or whatever. You're a TikTok Snapchat, whatever those things are. I only do Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. But, you're going through those different things, and it can grow you. You're like, I don't know what I'm doing from this, and it's just like, just trust the process. You're going through different things where, hey, it's very uncomfortable. I went through this. Anybody else experienced something like this? Anybody else gone through this? Or, just asking different things about what people go through, and you don't know what kind of group that you can have, like a support group. Like, you're going through things of self-love, being stronger in your confidence, belief, and faith. Different things is going on with that, because you can tell people, I went through all this. And I mean, it could be a shocker. A lot of times I met some of the Heyokas in my life, and they be telling me stuff. I had to burn sage after I listened to that. And, laying prayers towards them like, oh my God, I can't believe these people went through this. But it makes you a real G. If you can still live and breathe, and you in a different positive mindset from that. Because a lot of times when you have gone through stuff, there will be certain things that happen in your life that you can't even see forgiving somebody for that. It'll be just like different times I watch some of these crime, courtroom things that's going on, and I'll start tearing up when you hear, a family member, they're giving their impact on, before they say their sentence or whatever like that, they, took somebody away, and just to be able to hug the person that took, unalived your family member and say, I forgive you. I even seen a serial killer. That actually was just stone cold until one of them parents came up and said, I forgive you. I know you were hurting, and you had to be hurting very deep for you to do this to somebody else. Because it's like when they take one person away, they're taking a whole bunch of family members that is connected to that one person. They feel them deeply. And when I tell you, it was like all armor of God made that man break through and started crying. I ain't never seen no daggone serial killer cry. I was like, oh my God. But it was just something different like that. You just don't know. Because if you're going through things, it seems like you never get a break. It's like if your happiness is happiness, that mess is very short-lived. Because there is a vibe in your life where you are getting so close. And I mean so close. You get chills when I say this. This is for you. You get so close to knowing who you truly are. And when you allow yourself to sit on your throne and you adjust your crown a little bit, you don't realize how dangerous. See, confirmation. Oh my God, that was scary. Of knowing who you truly are is truly dangerous, because there's nobody that can put illusions over you. If this, I get rejected from that, I'm gonna still keep going. There may be something better for me down the road where this wouldn't have really fulfilled me, but this is the one that's really going, make a mark in my life. These are the different things that make you so dangerous, because you will never give up. It'll just be like you get to a certain pinnacle in your life that you surpass the ones you set goals for. You end up making a 3-year goal and a 5 year goal. These are the different things I'm going to do. And by the time you even got to year 2 or year 3, you done surpassed those time 20 just because you went hard for yourself, or you started manifesting different things that you want to do that's not just going to improve just your life, but people around the world. Or you're allowing yourself to be a speaker on different things that is hard for people to overcome. You just don't know how dangerous you become when you are that person. I'm not talking about dangerous in a negative, low vibrational way. I'm talking about dangerous like nothing can shake you. Because when you have gone through the worst of the worst and somebody coming with you some petty stuff, it just don't make you laugh. It's like if you knew me like you knew me, you wouldn't even came this direction with that. It's like, you see that direction right there, you missed me with that BS. It'd be one of those different things. Because it's like, if you knew my story, you would have came with me correct. Because that right there, what you're doing is not going to affect me. Or it'll be different things that people ask you that can be very conundrum to them. It'll be one of those things of an enigma or whatever, where they don't understand, what's going on in their life. Like I do a video, I call it dumbitdown.com for me. I say it plain and simple. I ain't got to use all these elongated, articulated words and all that stuff. I just say it straight and simple. So you ain't got to go be looking up the phone and be, damn, what the hell she mean by that? You know, be one of those things. Like, what you mean by that? You know, it'd be one of those different things that's going on into your life where I am so relating to what this chick is talking about. Where you been at? Right here, right here. You know, been right there. You know, going through these different changes in my life and just like, dang, I appreciate all the stuff that I went through. You couldn't pay me to say this mess like about 5-6 years ago, or even a month or two ago. I'm like, girl, you see how relentless you are. You just ain't deal. You know, you being very selective about what you talk about, or if you learn, you had to learn on what not to talk about from the outcome. You're like, okay, I learned my lesson on that, or you know what? Let me not speak too soon. Be that. You know, you got to be able to move in silence. Even if it's like the people that are closest to you, you still got to move in silence. You know, you may be doing different stuff and you just see this. You can keep going, but you do that. Because nothing, I just say, nothing you won't do. It's like, you got to give it to them. It's like people that don't like you stare at you the most. They watch every little single thing you do, waiting for them to see where is my opportunity going to be. I can disrupt this, or let me see when the opportunity is going to be for me to, you know, detour them off of the path they need to be at. And these are the different things that you're going to appreciate because you've been there, you've done that, you got the t-shirt and, you know, the knowledge to be able to know, okay, this is an illusion. Is this a narrative that was created by God or something that I'm manifesting? No. Are these your emotions? No. You know, am I going to allow a little hiccup or a little setback to just dismantle everything just because of one little setback? You don't realize a lot of times it's like when that setback come back, it's just like a slingshot. You know, they pull you back and I be god dog. They throw you forward. You gonna catapult, you know, surpass the different things that you didn't even believe. Like, dang, I just thought I was gonna be right here. Next, you know, all the forgiveness, all the things, working with other people, collaborating with different things that, you know, pique my interest, you know, and change different things that, you know, that entertain me, or different things that I, you know, that catches my interest, or different things that I listen to on my downtime. Now you changing up your whole persona. You ain't gotta, you know, you being you, unapologetically you. Like, this is, I don't need no filter. I like my face. You know, I don't need no mask. You know, you comfortable in that? Hey, I'm showing you this is how, you know, I had to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Because you healing and all this stuff peeling away is so scary. Because you don't know what's coming up. You don't know what to expect. But just know it's wow. You don't know what it's going to bring. Because it's very scary. You know, a lot of times you on that journey and it feels so lonely. Like, dad, why, you know, why is it, you know, people got to be lukewarm with you, or why is it only got to be a temporary fix? And these are the different things, like, you know, you're creating a chapter of a big book that's going to be a Pulitzer, you know, or it's going to be a huge thing. It's going to be in all Audible and, I mean, every Barney's, what is it, whatever that is, them different books, places, or whatever you're going through, and it's going to be like the bestseller, the Pulitzer. You're allowing yourself to really explore that, even when it was uncomfortable for the things that you have went through. You're showing somebody, I'm being authentic. You think I worry about what people say about me, about my past? You know, there's people that have been, you know, addicts, and you can see them, how they had to go through all that dark moment. You don't know what kind of pain they were trying to mask up or trying to cover up to deal with walking through that, you know. And next thing you know, they start looking, you know, you can tell by different things that they were taking that it was just life was really beating them up at that time. You don't know what these people were trying to self-medicate from because they didn't want to heal from that. And it'll be, you know, a lot of times we get mad when we're on our healing journey. We expect other people be on that same kind of journey too. No. You know, everybody heals. That is not your job to heal nobody. You know, a lot of times you're like, oh, I'm going to stay with this person because the love that I give, it can amount for both of us. No. No, no, no. That is not the case. It's just like, that has to be reciprocated. You know, or I'm being friends with this person. I'm being by their side. But are you becoming slavery? Is this becoming slavery? Is that loyalty becoming slavery for you? You know, where you seeing the flaws that they have and they refuse to even try to change it up a little bit. You know, try to make an effort. Those are different things that you had to go through. Or you see how you came over here And when you focused on all the good things just coming into life, or the things that you can't wait to explore, or imagine yourself doing this, like you're saying affirmations on how you would love for your life to be, and you don't realize even when the havoc is taking place in the life, that's what's happening for you. It's unraveling to where you're supposed to be, or unraveling for you to really see who you are. It's like a food for thought all the time. It's like it's soothing your soul. You know, you taking everything in, even when it's hard to. You know, that's like being in the middle of the ocean. You still trying to shed, and there ain't no way in hell you gonna get me like that. But I'm just saying, it was like this. Too many things in the liquid graveyard I'm just not about to do. But it'll be that fear factor that you're in, where you have to stay above water when there's so many different things that's trying to pull you down. Because there's something they want to keep hidden. Like, no, we got to put, insecure vibes on that person. We got to not believe in that person. We got to try to block them from everything. We have to turn everybody against that person. All these different things, because they know if we can inflict that type of pain, they're going to be so focused on things that is not really, even though it is, especially when you love somebody. But I'm just saying, when it takes away from you being focused on you. That's what the whole thing is. We need you to see what you're going to stay focused on. You're going to care about what people think about you. Oh my God. You got to understand. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. You'll be some people's champagne, but you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. There are going to be sometimes people are not going to understand you. I mean, I even been claimed for clickbait. And I said, baby, if I'm so blunt the way I'm blunt and transparent, if you feel like what I said on my title compared to what it is, there's something that you ain't, it ain't mapping. You didn't understand what I was talking about, and that's okay. You may not be able to understand it because that message wasn't meant for you. You don't want somebody to defense of that, but I'm like, no, you try to throw shade, and I gave you all the shine that I need to. I'm gonna shine brightly for that. But there'll be those different things when you take place into your life where they needed you to get misinformed about yourself. Or there's something that was so drastic when you got hit with that truth of what your truth really was, when you've been lied to your whole life, and that made you manic. That was the turning wheel to get you where you needed to go. And when I'm telling you, it reminds me of the song Beyonce when it's like, spirit, you're so much bigger. They didn't write that in the book. They kept they kept you hidden for a long time, hidden in plain sight for the longest time, because they feel like, oh, God really loved that. They're gonna keep it hidden, gonna keep it, secret. And that person's already. He even hid us from ourselves until it was at this time. I really need you to know who you are when I stripped you away from all these things. It may be feeling like torment and hell, what God's allowing to take place in our life. You have a fourth choice words for them in the universe, and be all those different things. But then it gets to that time where you're going to appreciate all those things that came up against you. Because it's like, if God for me, why would I care about who ain't for me or who don't like me? It'll be the people that need to hear my message that I appreciate that. I have different people that don't like me. They watch my videos. And that's okay too. Hopefully you find something in there that you need to learn for yourself. I learn all the time through my videos. It may be something I see or something I think, and it'll be just like, wow, let me go ahead and share this on one of my videos, because it makes you're learning yourself. You're healing the enemy inside, because it'll be like, that person is against me. And it could be, it could be at times, but it's just they want you to see the bigger picture. And it's telling you, when you heal the enemy inside, that outside enemy can't touch you. It can't. You can see what's going on and just like, that is not about me, and keep it moving. You ain't got to be breaking your brain. Why did they keep it going? That ain't about you. That ain't about you. This is showing character. This is showing that. But one thing is about you. Even when it's directed to you, has nothing to do with you. It's just at that point you have to be able to be prepared to be mocked, hated, and be doubted. You're going through those different things, and when you get to where you gotta be at, people gonna be shook because they never expect you to get this far. Your enemies didn't even expect you to get this far. You're trying to understand, we did this to other people. But when it came to you, what's going on? What's going on? It'll be those different things. But when you're going through all these different things, the most scariest thing the devil will ever know when it comes to you and you standing in your power, because number one, you're standing in your power and you know your truth and you're being authentic about it. You're showing so many people you are so much beautiful if you allow truth to seep in, or take that mask off and stop trying to be everybody's person. You know, you be exhausted trying to please everybody. As long as you pleasing yourself, God, and whoever God is placing you in, where it's being reciprocated, that's all that matters. All them other ones that ain't adding up, whatever. But allow yourself to be true within the essence of you, okay? You're going through a lot of trials right now. It could be very chaotic. You're going through different things where history is repeating itself. Different things that happen in your life that you forgot all about is coming back up. You know, just to make sure, hey, you still have some healing onto this now. It's time for you to release it and let it go. And allow yourself to appreciate the lesson it taught you, even when it was something painful. So I hope you were able to resonate with the video. Much love to you. I hope you have a blessed week, blessed weekend, whenever you tend to see this. Make sure you give out all the love and light towards people, especially if they truly need it. You don't realize your selfless act can take them, can take them away, further. Just for you doing that, just in a selfless way, taking you even further. So much love. Namaste. Shalom. I say peace.